sometimes you get off to slow starts. You know, it's difficult when you're not scoring runs early, and you know, when you're playing from behind all the time. We've made mistakes defensively. We've made mistakes base running wise, and we're not hitting enough to cover those up. And that's the reason we're 1-4.
When do you start getting concerned?
Well, I mean, obviously these guys know how to play the game, so we got to turn it around.
You mentioned the defense coming into the season. You had said this is going to be a big strength for us.
Yeah.
Is it confusing to you why
Yes.
things haven't come together?
It is. You know, some of the errors that we've made, and it is confusing. But I expect that to change.
With a lot of veterans, do you have conversations about that, or is that something where they know what they're
Well, I
supposed to be
mean,
doing?
everything that happens, we talk to our players about it. I mean, it's not like we just sweep stuff under the rug.
Ryan, Joe.
Joe, just going to ask about what you thought about Alex at first.
You know, he dropped the one ball. Besides that, he was fine. You know, and that turned into a run for them early in the game. You know, that's not where we expect it to be difficult catching it, but it happens.
Anthony.
Joe, there were a couple balls in the outfield. What was your view on the ball, Gardner early in the game, and then the double over Jones later?
Yeah. Girardi turned, and I don't know if he lost it a little bit when he turned, but it got over his head, and Jonesy is, you know, I thought Jonesy had a beat on his. You know, it's plays that we're not used to seeing. We're used to making those plays, and for whatever reason, this first week we haven't been.
George.
Joe, tough 2 nights for Murphy. The pass ball,
Yeah.
he crossed up in any one of them, and the throwing wasn't good either.
He was crossed up yesterday. I'm not sure about the one today. Yeah, he played well and threw well in spring training. You know, I still believe that our defense is going to be a strength of ours, but we haven't shown it yet.
Meredith.
Joe, I believe it was the Holt hit that went off of Garrett Jones's glove. What was Didi thinking there when that ball came in? It seemed like he should have.
You know, I don't know. I mean, obviously he didn't think he had a chance at home. And that's, you know, people have to communicate and let you know, and you have to peak and do the things that you're supposed to do.
Joel.
Joe, do you have any concerns that this 5 games is representative of who you are as a baseball team this year?
No, I think we're a much better team than what we've played. I mean, if you were to play at this pace the whole year, you wouldn't have very many wins, and I think we're much better than this.
Andrew and Anthony.
Talent-wise with your offense, I mean, you have a lot of guys with very good resumes. In terms of how they are now, do you feel like you have enough talent to score?
I do. But obviously the only way to show it is to go out and prove it, and we have to go out and hit.
Joe, obviously both teams were playing under the same conditions in terms of after the game last night, but do you believe that the fatigue had any impact on the way you guys played and the cause of the way you guys played?
You know, obviously the conditions aren't great, but you know, that's when your mind has to take over, and you got to find it within yourself to go out and play a good game.
Joe, you mentioned, you know, with A-Rod's catch when he dropped that ball, which was kind of a routine thing. He looked very deliberate over there. I mean, the way he played today, would you reconsider using him there?
No,
again?
I mean, I got to have options. I can't play Tex 162 days there. I got to have options. So, you know, I believe he'll continue to improve as we put him out there, and it'll become more natural. You know, some of the guys that need days off, whether it's a Carlos or a Tex or if it's an Al, you got to spread it around. And I can't run these guys into the ground early on and get them hurt.
Anybody else? Dave, yeah.
Just to follow up on that, Joe, like you said, these other guys have to play, but the margin of error is so small for you guys right now. Is those small plays can wind up.
Well, they cost us today. It's the bottom line. They cost us today. We gave up a number of runs we shouldn't have, and you know, to try to score 9 runs every day, that'd be tough.